Please subscribe my channel. The nightclub was noisy enough to mix my thoughts with the beat of the music. The lights flashed, drinks kept coming, and everything seemed easier than usual. I was laughing with my friends when a guy I hardly knew pulled up a stool near the bar. Someone made a joke. Someone gently pushed me toward him, and without thinking much, I sat on his lap for just a second. It seemed fun and innocent, a quick moment that would soon be forgotten. Someone took a picture. I laughed it off, figuring it was just another goofy thing lost in the chaos of the evening. I did not feel bad about it at the time. I did not feel wild. I felt separate from everything, like normal rules did not matter inside the loud music. I did not share the photo. I did not even ask to see it. By the time we left, I had completely forgotten about it. That is how jokes work. They seem tiny when you are in the middle of them. You do not see how serious they can become once they spread outside. Morning arrived with bright sunlight and a nervous feeling. My phone kept buzzing with alerts I did not expect. Texts from friends, a missed call from my fiancé. My stomach knotted up before my brain fully woke up. Then I saw it. The picture had been shared, tagged, and sent around without any explanation. There I was, smiling, sitting where I should not have been. It looked much worse than it had felt. Photos do not show what a person meant to do. I started typing a message to my fiancé, then erased it. I did not know how to describe something I had not intended, but could not take back. When he finally called, his voice sounded calm. Too calm. He asked one simple question. Is there anything you want to tell me? I said yes. He said he had already seen the picture. A long silence followed, heavy and final. He asked me to come over, not to fight, just to talk. That was when I understood that jokes do not get to choose how others take them. When I got there, he was sitting at the kitchen table in his apartment on Maple Street in Denver, Colorado, phone face down, sitting up straight. He did not blame me. He did not yell. He asked me to describe what happened, not to make excuses, just to explain it. I told him the truth as best I could. It was dumb, careless, only meant as a joke, nothing else. He listened without cutting in, nodding slowly. Then he asked something I was not ready for. Would you have been okay if I had done that? The question destroyed every defense I had prepared. I pictured the photo switched around, the roles reversed, the same easy laughter. The answer hit me hard in my chest. No, I would not have been okay. He did not say, see. He did not smirk. He leaned back and said softly, what you meant does not cancel out how it affects someone. That sentence changed everything. It was not about being jealous. It was about respect. He told me what he saw in the picture. Not cheating, but thoughtlessness. A lack of thinking about how actions affect others beyond the moment. He said it made him wonder if we agreed on the same limits. I tried to comfort him and promise it meant nothing. He nodded and said he believed me. That surprised me. Believing me was not the problem. Trust was. Trust is not only about staying faithful. It is about good judgment. He explained that marriage means choosing the relationship even when it is not easy, even when it is tempting to go along with the crowd. I realized then that I had not been showing independence. I had been showing immaturity. The room felt tighter as his words sank in. He was not mad. He was disappointed. And disappointment, I learned, is much harder to fight than anger. I asked him what he wanted to do next. He did not answer right away. He said he needed time to figure out if this was a one-time error or a sign of how I dealt with the tension. That hurt more than any scolding could. I wanted to fix it right away, to say the perfect thing and make it vanish. But some moments do not vanish. They change how you see everything. He told me something else then. The joke was not sitting on someone's lap. The joke was thinking our commitment could handle it without any damage. I apologized without adding excuses or explanations. I did not say, but I said I understand. For the first time since the photo appeared, I really meant it. Understanding does not erase the hurt, but it changes how you deal with it. Over the next few days, we talked more openly than we had in months about seeking attention, feeling valued, and the small ways people push limits without admitting it. He admitted that seeing the photo made him feel like he could easily be replaced, even if only for a second. That confession shook me. I had not meant to make him feel unimportant, Yet my intention had not protected him from feeling that way. I realized how easily humor can hide insecurity, how just a joke can be a way to test boundaries without owning the risk. He did not threaten to end things. He did not punish me. He asked if I was truly ready to be engaged, not just wearing the ring, but acting like it. That question stayed with me long after we stopped talking. Friends expected big drama, a breakup, or some exciting fight to talk about. They got none of that. What they got was space while we adjusted. I unfollowed certain accounts, changed some habits, and made choices that did not need to be announced. Not to prove a point, but to match my actions with what I valued. He watched quietly, not controlling, just noticing. Trust, he said, grows back through steady behavior, not big, dramatic fixes. I learned that consequences are not always loud. Sometimes they show up as quiet changes. Fewer silly risks, stronger limits, more thoughtfulness. The photos stopped being mentioned, but the lesson stayed. It changed how I acted in public places, and how I thought about respect when no one was looking. At the club, 25-year-old Emily sat on another man's lap and thought it was just a joke. When her fiancé David saw it, what he said next was not funny. It was eye-opening. He did not call it betrayal. He pointed out the difference between what I meant and how it affected him. That moment did not end our relationship, but it did end the version of me that mixed up getting attention with being harmless. I learned that commitment is not only tested by major mistakes. It is tested in little moments when you decide if the quick laugh is worth the price.